Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the ARLANCH AR-305. Let's start with the wrist check on one of this Dwayne Campbell 5034. I just unboxed this, so if you haven't seen the unboxing video, be sure to look at it. And Gergo is wearing my Giggity calendar watch. Gergo said that Admiral Akbar asked Chewbacca if he could kill the white hyperspace whale that bit off his leg. Chewbacca said he could trap it with a tractor beam and then he would use his laser harpoon. I said, really? A laser harpoon? Isn't that kind of dumb? He says, no worse than Chewbacca's laser crossbow. Alright, let's take a look. The watch comes in this box. It says ARLANCH. And there's nothing in the box with the watch. And do you see any extra links? I don't see any extra links either. And here it is. This is the first ARLANCH on my channel. One of my viewers asked me to review this watch, and whenever I'm asked to review a watch in this price range, I usually say yes unless I think something is just totally wrong for my channel. This is an $8 watch, so you must keep that in mind. The Achilles heel of these watches are the bracelets, as you can't expect high quality at this price, but usually the watch heads look decent enough and pair nicely with a leather strap. Sometimes I even wonder why they even bother with bracelets at this price. I was much happier with the recent Karakiso I reviewed that came on a quick release silicone strap. This watch comes in 5 different colorways. You have the 3 classic subcolors of black, blue, and green, or if you want more of a GMT look, there are Pepsi and Batman bezels. Unfortunately, they both have 24-hour bezels despite the lack of GMT hands. If they would have used 12-hour bezels like a Timex Q, the bezel would actually be usable. The watch is 40.5 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, but the bezel overhangs the case, so the case is a little bit smaller. It's 46.2 millimeters lug to lug with inverted end links. It's only 11.4 millimeters thick because this is a quartz watch. Has a 20 millimeter lug width and weighs 106 grams on the supplied hollow bracelet with no links removed. No links removed. The bezel is a 60-click unidirectional, and the action is exactly what you would expect on a watch in this price range. It's mushy, lots of back play, and the clicks don't feel good at all. And I don't even know why they bother with unidirectional, because you're never going to dive with this. Then we do have an aluminum insert, or is this a sticker on the insert? I don't know. I can't tell. And there is a loom pip. And then we have the dial. The dial is not too bad. It's got a nice sunburst effect. And it's a deep blue color. And you're not seeing that purple like you do on a lot of them. This is strictly blue, and I like that. I'd rather have blue than purple. Up top, it says ARLANCH with the AR in red. Then on the bottom, we got quite a mouthful here. So here, let me get the hour hand out of the way so you can see it all. And it's kind of hard to see, but it says water resistant. Then it says superlative chronometer. Then it says officially certified. So I'll just leave it at that. This is not an officially certified chronometer. So I don't know if this was a deliberate lie, or if when they make these things, they just start rattling off what's on the other watches that they're homaging, and they just don't know what they mean. I'm going to go with they just didn't know what they meant when they wrote them down. We got some, a lot of lost in translation going from English to Chinese. Then we have the indices, and they are applied and they are loomed. We have the upside down triangle at the 12, batons at the 6 and the 9, and dots everywhere else. And then we have the fence post minute hand and the Mercedes hour hand, and a lollipop second hand. And can't tell if the second hand hits the marks because the second hand is kind of short anyway. So if it misses it, you don't really care. Then we have a date to 3 with a Cyclops, and that Cyclops barely magnifies at all. You can see the date below the Cyclops, and there it is after the Cyclops. Maybe a 0.5 at the very most. So not a good Cyclops. A lot of people don't like Cyclops. I like them as long as they work, and this one don't work. Then we have an unsigned push-pull crown with significant crown guards that actually guard the crown and don't just act like a little pedestal. The crown action's a little loose, but not horrible. But when you go to set it, no minute hand jump there. So that's good. No minute hand jump is a bonus on a watch in this price range, because usually these quartz watches are just all over the place. So I like that. So that's something that's got going for it. Because yes, a quartz watch is more accurate than an automatic, especially in this price range, but it doesn't do any good if you can't set it properly. And this one you can set. Then we have a flat mineral glass crystal. You're not going to get sapphire in this price. And then we have the case. The case is a chrome plated alloy. You're not going to get steel in this price either. Doesn't seem too bad. It's shaped properly. And like I said, it has significant crown guards. And I like the case. I don't think it's bad at all. It's comfortable. Then we have a press-on case back. And it's kind of hard to see the writing. It says ARLANCH. Then it says stainless steel back. When it says stainless steel back, that's a good tell that the rest of the watch is not stainless steel. Then it says water resistant, which means you only get to 30. And then it says, gives the model number, the AR-305, and then it says made in China. Underneath the case back, I don't know the movement. It's Chinese and it's cheap, but at least you can set it accurately. So that's a bonus. Then we have the bracelet, and the bracelet is the biggest problem with this watch. It's loose, it's rattly, it's hollow, and we do have hollow end links. They are inverted at least, so that's about the only thing it's got going for it. We have push pins, not screw pins, and I'm fine with that, but I didn't get to use them because I didn't take any links out because this bracelet's too short. It only fits my 7.5-inch wrist. If your wrist is bigger, then you will have to wear it on something else. You'll probably want to wear it on something else anyway. And there are no micro adjust on the clasp. It's just a simple pressed one. And so not a fan of the bracelet at all. Of course, I've seen worse. Here's the watch of my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice, and it's comfortable because it's so light. So you don't notice the really cheap bracelet. And like I said, I like that dial. I like the sunburst, and I like the fact that it's blue and not purple. So it actually matches the bezel. But I removed no links, so if your wrist is bigger than mine, you cannot wear this on the bracelet. And there was no strap option, so you will have to order a strap unless you already have one, and you'll need a 20 millimeter. Of course, you could get a better clasp, which will give you some length too. So here, let me see how big of a clasp you'll need. You'll need an 18 millimeter clasp, and you can make the bracelet longer that way. And here's the watch on a leather strap. As you can see, that looks so much nicer. So yeah, I like the watch on the leather. So if you have an extra leather strap lying around, this watch might be a good choice after all, who knows. But if you don't have a leather strap, then that's going to add to the price of the watch. Here we are in the loom room. Nobody buys an $8 AliExpress homage watch expecting good loom, so I'm not going to include this bad loom in my gripes and groans. As we still have the time, the indices aren't horrible, but unfortunately the hands and the loom pip are much worse, and since the hands and the loom pip are by far the most important, this loom is one big fail. What I like about this watch? Well, I like the fact that I like the dial. It's a nice deep blue with a good sunburst, and it's not purple at all. I like the fact that it has inverted end links, and I like the fact that you can set it accurately without that annoying minute hand jump as long as you're careful. What are my gripes and groans? We have a Cyclops that barely magnifies. The clasp has no micro adjust. There's too much writing on the bottom of the dial, and the writing is a bunch of lies anyway. And the bracelet's too short. Do I recommend this watch? No, I would if it came on a strap, but I have to review the watch as is, and a strap is not an option. If you are willing to put it on something else, then I would say it's at least worth the $8 I paid for it. So I would recommend this as long as you're willing to put it on another strap. Well, thank you for watching my review of the ARLANCH AR-305, and I will be back with another review or unboxing. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you do like this watch, despite my negative recommendation, or if you're willing to put it on a strap, be sure to use my affiliate link and I'll get a tiny, tiny commission. Bye.